Hello and welcome to the South Fiordland Bush Flying Tour. If you're new to me and this video series, check in the description below and there is a link to the episode in the series which will tell you all about it, where we are and where to get a copy of all of this South Fiordland scenery. We've repaired our aircraft after the landing in the previous video. We're ready to go again. Right, and no, go away, don't want that. Right, let's go for it. So according to the Fjord Tours brochure for this leg of the tour, our next stop is a chance to see the workings of one of the South Fiordland government office departments in action. They have a visitor centre where you will be given a tour of the facility and get to see exactly what goes on at that particular office, which is of course very interesting to see. Yeah. And to get there, it's up and over these hills on our right. Now, the stretch of water where the last airfield was called Breaksea Sound. And Sound is an identifier name used in quite a few places round here. You may not have known at the time, but in previous episodes we've flown over Cunaris Sound, Edwardson Sound and others as well. Then for slightly smaller stretches of water or offshoots from the main body of it, the name Arm is used quite a few times, such as Hall's Arm and Broughton Arm. And just over this side of the mountains is another one of those called Wet Jacket Arm. There's a story here, isn't there, about how that one got its name. And let's be honest, I'm only assuming the arm thing is referring to the size and location of the stretch of water. It might not be, and it's possible the name comes from the time some guy got just one arm of his jacket wet in what was then called Wet Jacket's Arm, but no, probably not, because they would have called it Wet Sleeve Arm or something like that. So no, I'm going to go with the whole jacket getting wet. Perhaps he dropped it over the side of the explorer ship he was on, or fell in. That's how it got wet. And as we have no facts to go on, I'm just hoping that it was actually water. If you were part of a discovery mission and the crew on the ship included Stephen "Oh God, he's wet the bed again" Morris, and you had the bunk underneath him, and I'm now hoping that he did fall overboard, and that was how Wet Jackie's Arm got its name. Perhaps he just bought a new jacket from the souvenir shop at the local branch of Maori Burgers, which was a big thing in these parts until settlers arrived and Das Burgers put them out of business by offering free plastic forks with your chips. The local Maori tribe didn't have access to a plastic fork manufacturer back then and just couldn't compete with things like that, so that's why Das Burgers is still here and Maori Burgers is just a part of history now. So down at the end of God knows what happened to his jacket, but dry would be a totally incorrect word to describe its arm, there is this patch of land where we need to be over by the hillside on the left and ready for a rather abrupt turn to the right to line up with the runway. Landing the other way is a different kind of approach to the place, but it's not simple or straightforward either, so we may as well do it this way as that's where we're coming in from. And you can't plan too far ahead either, because with X-Plane 11 the trees managed to hide the runway from view until you were almost on it. And by the look of things with 12, vegetation in here now, not much has changed, and the airfield is still good at playing hide and seek with you. Sharp turn lined up, and yes, I totally forgot about that. There is an obstruction in the middle of the runway. Do try and avoid that. Nice bounce. Two landings for the price of one. We're down, so let's turn around and go back up to the little apron area. And go and see what government office this actually is. This small little parking area, but big enough to turn around. We'll do that and go and park up by the entrance to let our tourists out. Yes, at the South Fiordland Institute of Safe Airport and Runway Planning. Yeah, excellent work there, guys. Excellent. That will do for this one.